Alright, this is Katani Fox, here again to bring you some more trick and treat visual novel. We're going to be trying for a different ending. Be trying for the Ashley ending this time. Well, I hope you guys enjoy. Let's get started, shall we? Okay, so we're not kissing her this time. Despite how adorable this girl is, there's something about her explanation that doesn't sound right at all. Everything seems too convenient to be true. It is impossible for luck to so suddenly have improved. While I think about it, she unexpectedly gets closer to me. And then she looks at me with puppy eyes so adorable they could charm anyone. "Aren't you going to do it?" she asked with innocence. I don't know what to do in this situation. Wait, before we do that, we haven't even properly introduced ourselves, I said, clearly nervous. I can feel my heart beating anxiously as the girl stares at me. She blinks confused and then smiles sweetly. "My name is Lillian." She doesn't look angry in the least. This girl definitely has something special. "My name is Axel," I said in a robotic voice. However, it doesn't seem to bother her. I show her a nervous smile. I have to say something else to stop her, but nothing comes to mind. Without any shyness, Lillian gets closer to me. She has no problem in taking the initiative. Her eyes suddenly become naughty. Something in them makes my blood warm. "It's a pleasure, Axel. I very much appreciate your help." She brings her lips closer to mine and then places her arms around my neck to prevent my escape. The gesture alone freezes me in place. I watch her slowly approach me closer and closer until I feel her soft lips against mine. At that moment, I feel as if I had been possessed. My desires take control of my body, forcing me to kiss her passionately, as if we were lovers, seeing each other after a long time. I close my eyes. I don't need to see. I only need to feel the warm love and taste of her lips. However, the sweetness soon dies, being replaced with a stabbing pain, as if someone had stabbed a sword made of ice into my back. Without even thinking, I break the kiss and pull away from her. "What did you do?" I asked, looking incredulously at the girl. What was going on? I feel so cold, as if someone had stolen half the heat from my body. I also feel heavy as stone. But there was no answer. Before she could talk, suddenly something attacks us, with such power that it destroys part of the cabin, opening a large hole that connects to the outside. I can't even begin to imagine what that was. It was like seeing a wrecking ball doing its job. The blow was strong enough to push me away from Lillian. She seemed equally as surprised as me. I immediately get up and look for the culprit. The answer surprised me. "You really are an idiot. What are you doing?" Ashley said, furious. Suddenly she takes my hand with superhuman strength. It was vastly superior to what her thin appearance would suggest. She dragged me away from the cabin, as if kidnapping me. I couldn't do anything to stop her. 3:23 a.m. In just a few minutes, we got very far away from the cabin. How quickly Ashley can run impresses me. She's definitely not human. She finally lets me free. My hand was red and hurt from how strong her grip was. But fortunately, I feel better from the kiss. My body had recovered its heat and energy. "How the heck did you do that?" I ask immediately with anger. Who does this cat think she is to do something like this? "I should be the one asking that," Ashley replied, looking me in the eyes with contempt. "Because of you, she's already recovered most of her powers," she then explained, ending with a face of rejection, diverting her look from my eyes. She was overreacting, maybe. What are you talking about? She only wants to be free from you, I said with annoyance. I simply couldn't believe her. Neither of the two girls in this forest seemed trustworthy. That is misfortune, considering how beautiful they are. You really are an idiot, Ashley said, looking at me with her red eyes full of contempt. Yes, she wants to be free, to fulfill her revenge. Can't you understand that? The only one that I don't understand here is you. My patience had ended long ago. I'm not in the mood for a scolding. Stupid human, to be so easily seduced by her. All men are equal. None can think with the right head. Ashley folds her arms and exclaims with annoyance, while looking at me as if I was a spoiled child. Because of your reckless actions, we are in serious trouble. Ashley sighs, frustrated. If you only had believed me, this wouldn't be happening. But what are you talking about? She must be freed since she is suffering, I said without hesitation. I cannot forget the sweet words of that girl, Lillian. Suddenly, Ashley gives me a piercing look, sharp as a knife. Why do you believe her story? She is deceiving you, idiot. That's what she wants you to believe. And how do you know that? I asked, being suspicious. I do not like this girl. She really is too bossy and nagging. You idiot! Didn't you notice when she was absorbing your vital energy? As she said, tearing down in a second all of my doubt and resistance, with a look of anger in her red eyes. Yes, that's what she was doing, absorbing you, just like she did in the past with those 5 unfortunate men, she explained while staring me. The latest victim was 20 years ago. Since that day, I promised that nobody else would get close to her. Hearing that called my attention immediately. And why did you do that? Ashley looked distraught after speaking of the death of that man. I wonder if she felt guilty for that. If she gets her hands on one more victim, she'll fully recover her powers. And once she achieves it, she'll begin her revenge for what your ancestors did to her. Most of all is that with the energy you have given her, she is now able to leave this forest and search for a last victim. Is that the truth? I asked incredulously. I didn't like the sound of it. If it's true, we could be in big trouble, not only me, but everyone. Ashley bites her lips with anxiety. Yes, what's worse is I have no energy to deal with her. After saying that, she looks at me in anger. Since a certain group of idiots decided to come here for God knows what, I can't respond to that. I only feel guilty. I could get rid of your friends, but for some reason I couldn't with you. You have a stronger magical power than normal, Ashley explains, ending with a sigh of frustration. What did you do with my friends? I asked firmly without hesitating. Thinking that they could be wounded gave me force, but perhaps I was just overreacting. Don't worry, they are safe. I only made them leave from the forest, as she replied, folding her arms. Then she sighs. But creating the illusions and getting them out left me very weakened. Is that why you were lying on the ground when I found you? I said, recalling that moment. She was wounded and unconscious. I couldn't help but feel sorry for her at that time. Yes, but also it didn't help that I had a fight with the innocent princess you saw before. She looks back at me unpleased, but this time, just for a moment. After saying that, we both remained quiet, allowing silence to surround us. It's been a while since I last heard the voice calling me. I think that I ceased being useful to Lillian, as Ashley said. Suddenly Ashley snaps her fingers. Wait, there is still a chance, she said, full of energy. There's a glimmer of hope in her eyes. Then she sets her sights on me. Hear me well, this is the only way to defeat her. Ashley speaks with her usual arrogance, but I notice a slight blush in her cheeks. What is it? I asked, curious to hear her idea. Do you remember what she asked you to do to help her regain power? Ashley asked, blushing more. She then coughs a few times to clear her throat. Yes, she told me to kiss her, I replied without even thinking about it. But shortly after, I realized what I'm saying. Wait, you want me to kiss you too? I asked innocently. I don't know if I should feel lucky or used, to be honest. You idiot! It's not that I want a kiss from you, Ashley roared. Then she diverts her sight from my eyes, making a snort of projection. She said it's the only way to achieve this. Besides, what she did was not kissing you. It was stealing your life energy. What she did was stealing my vital energy with a kiss. How ironic. I said sarcastically. The memory was still fresh on my lips. If not for the small detail of theft of vital energy, it would have been a great kiss. Ashley, at that time, seems to shiver. Then she looks at me furious. It seems that your brain does not understand the complexity of the issue. I do not plan to steal your life energy. My intention is to get energy from your feelings of love. After saying that, she looks away embarrassed. Did I hear right? Something here sounds completely wrong. Wait, what are you trying to say? Ashley coughs, tries to clear her throat. If your feelings for me are full of love, I can regain my energy, she said, unable to look me in the eyes. Her face is red as an apple. This has to be a joke. But that's impossible. How can I feel love for someone I've just met? I want to say this to anyone. Please help me, insignificant human, she said with forced arrogance. At the same time, she looks at me, saying with her eyes that I should be thankful. The way in which she asks is not very correct, honestly, but she did her best effort to do so. That can be seen in plain sight. However, should I trust her word? She has been causing me many problems tonight. I was even chased, attacked, and kidnapped by her. Then should I? Okay. Believe and help her. I can't ignore her petition. I know that she has not been the kindest girl, but somehow I think she is telling the truth. Okay, I'm going to help you. But tell me, what should I do? I asked at the same time as I look at her red eyes with determination. Ashley nods a couple of times. She seems pleased with my answer. It's simple. Just share your feelings of love towards me. She now responds with more confidence. I can't help but sigh after hearing it. Something here is wrong. I'm sorry, but I cannot do that. Well, we just met each other. I do feel some empathy for you, but it wouldn't be right to call it love. I explained with frustration in my face. She asked too much from me. Ashley then places her hand against her lips, making a pensive gesture. I see. It is a feeling that cannot be achieved in a single day. Of course not, silly cat. Have you never been in love? Well, there is one alternative, but I do not want to use it because it would do you harm. I blinked, confused after hearing her. What is the alternative? I asked while staring at her face. Just like your vitality, as Lillian did, Ashley explains with a serious look. She then diverts her gaze, feeling disgust at the simple idea. But I'm not going to do it. If I remove the vital energy you have left, you will die. Certainly, I do not want that. Then, if you don't have enough energy to fight, what will you do? This is not looking good. If you don't have those feelings for me, there is not much that can be done, replied Ashley, ending with a sigh of annoyance. Anyway, I'll go and face her, even if I have to give my life in the fight. She says it with so much simplicity that it seems she doesn't care for her own life. Wait, is there really nothing I could do to help you? I interrupted immediately. I could not let her just go like that. At least I had to do something, however small that may be. How could you help me? The look Ashley gave me an idiot without saying a word. While we're on the same team, I think that some things simply will never change. I stay silent for a moment, looking down while I think on a solution. Ashley stares at me impatient. I don't feel love towards you, but once I felt it for someone else, I could try to remember those feelings so that you can use them as energy. She thinks deeply for a moment. I guess it's worth a try, she said, not sounding very convinced, but it was certainly better than nothing. After that, the two of us stared at each other's eyes for a couple of seconds without saying a word. Then we suddenly diverged our looks at the same time, embarrassed. We were acting like kids. Are you ready? Ashley asked almost lovingly. It's easy to notice that she was taking this seriously. I nod. Yes, whenever you want, we can start. I replied just before closing my eyes and trying with all my heart to revive that image. Suddenly, Ashley holds my hands. Even with my eyes closed, I can feel her presence near. That makes me somewhat nervous, but I have to relax. I exhale, letting my concerns go out with my breath. Her hands softly caress mine to help me relax. Then I start to remember something that happened many years in the past. When I was young, every summer I went to my grandparents' house to visit them. I didn't like it because they had nothing fun there, only an old TV and dusty books that I had no interest in reading. However, when I went there, I could see her, a girl with brown, long hair who always had a cute dress. When I saw her for the first time, I could feel a strange fascination for her fragile and inexplicable beauty. I watched her at a distance without knowing what this feeling was. I only knew that something in her called me. It was more than just beautiful. Her beauty was something with many layers, with many facets. Her gestures, her expressions, her way of playing, they were all beautiful. Finally, one day I had the courage to ask her to play together. Without even thinking about it, she told me yes. All that afternoon we spent playing until it was inevitably began to get dark. She was a simple girl, enjoyed playing as anyone else, but still I could not remove my eyes from her. When the day ended, she said goodbye to me with a radiant smile. I had forgotten it, how beautiful it was, how astonished I was after seeing it. After that day, I never got to see her again. Last thing I knew, her family moved to another country. I do not know if that was a predestined love or just my inexperienced feelings confused with something new. But without a doubt, it was beautiful. I do not want to forget it, ever. I do not want to forget it again, never again. Then, unexpectedly, I feel Ashley giving me a shy kiss on the lips. It was ephemeral, only lasted enough to feel it, to know that it was real. But at the same time, that shyness gave it a special beauty. It was a sweet kiss. There are no more words to describe it. I opened my eyes, finding Ashley one step away from me, completely blushing and looking away from me. She is silent, but doesn't look angry in the least. Her red eyes are gentle, although embarrassed. Are you all right? I ask with kindness while I look at her. My heart is calmed quickly after the kiss. I don't show it, but somehow I feel liberated, lighter. Ashley turns her head to look me in the eyes. Yes, thank you, she said with shyness. However, she then breathes deep and magically recovers her proud attitude. I believe this will be enough to stop her. The plan was a success. I'm really pleased. That's fantastic to hear. Ashley closes her eyes and nods a couple of times. When she is not scolding, I must confess that she is very cute. Anyway, we can't wait any longer. Every second we talk, Lillian must be using it to plan her revenge. We have to go now and stop her, Ashley explains, acting with complete seriousness. Our little break has ended. Yes, let's go. With my short response overflowing with determination, there was no more to say. 3:40 a.m. The way back to the cabin feels short this time. Before I knew it, it was in front of my eyes. Lillian is outside, next to the door. She was waiting for us. "Brave knight, I see you finally came," she said with a confident smile. Her attitude is very different from the first time I saw her. Just from looking at her, I'm sure of it. She's not any innocent soul. Sad to see you with that woman. I had hopes for you. Axel, don't be fooled. Axel won't be fooled by you again, Ashley replied, talking in my place. At that moment, I see Lillian make a grimace of disgust, but soon she recovers her look of confidence. I want Axel to be my companion, since he kindly came to rescue me. But oh well, it's not important. I already got enough energy from him. With that alone, I have surpassed you. Finally, I'll be able to get rid of you, Ashley, said Lillian, pronouncing her name with a mocking tone while giving us a malicious smile. Her victory was in the palm of her hand. Ashley instantly was furious. We won't know until you try it. After saying that, she crosses her arms with pride. Once I beat you, nothing shall stop me from completing my revenge. Why do you want to do that? It's been far too long. The people who hurt you are already gone, and not even the memory of the crime committed here exists anymore. It's just a village of innocent people. You're right, but someone has to suffer, responded Lillian without hesitation, not doubting a single moment, leaving me completely cold. After seeing my reaction to her answer, she directed an evil smile right at me as if her words meant nothing. That makes me angry. And what do you win by doing that? I yell at the same time I close my hands into fists. I simply couldn't accept it. It was too much. I just want them to suffer like I did. If I don't make them suffer, then who will? Who will be the carrier of this hate that every day eats at me from inside like parasites which sicken me and deform me? Lillian pauses. It is unfair that I continue to suffer while they are innocent. Lillian then speaks out at the same time she hits her chest, showing how much that meant for her. This is more than pain. It is the proof of my existence. She pauses and exhales, calming herself. Anyway, enough with speeches. I will end you and then bring my revenge to the townspeople. Then, without saying anything more, the battle between the two began. It was something that my mind could not comprehend. a show of power and magic that deformed reality itself. Ashley repeatedly attacks by firing a strange translucent power as if hot air. Just from seeing it, I know that it has enough strength to knock down a house, but Lillian doesn't even blink. She calmly moves her hand, creating a barrier that reflects her attacks each time. Interestingly, it was Ashley who was most active. She attacks incessantly from many different angles, while Lillian stays still, reflecting her attacks and fighting back, always with a smile on her face. After seeing that those attacks will not have effect, Ashley changes strategy. She transforms herself into an imaginary white beast and charges against Lillian. However, Lillian transforms her body just like her into an unknown dark being and resists her attack. Ashley regains human form, making a grimace of disgust. Both had wounds after this confrontation. But then, before my eyes, I see how they place their hands on their wounds and heal them magically. Apparently the two have the same powers. The only thing different was their personalities. There were simply no words to describe it. At least my mind was not able to find them. I only know that during the fight, neither of the two seemed to have an advantage over the other. Everything indicated it was an even match. On several occasions, I beheld bright and colorful lights, superhuman abilities, multiplication of bodies, teleportation, healing, transformation, and many of the powers that seemed to come out of a fairy tale. The combat seems to last forever. Every second, every attack and defense were loaded with so much tension and emotion that time had simply disappeared for me. The only thing that captured my attention was seeing the two girls fighting in such a fantastic way. Finally, after an unknown time, both fall. On the ground, bloody, they look into each other's eyes. The blue eyes beheld the red ones and vice versa. Both then smile, Ashley proudly, Lillian with irony. It seemed that the two were anticipating that end. "You did very well. I didn't expect it," Lillian said with honesty. "You doubted me, stupid girl," Ashley replied with arrogance, even though her lips were stained with blood. Lillian then shows us a smile full of malice. "You have always been like that. Even a mutual death you consider a victory. You're really an idiot. You should be more selfish." It's strange, but she does not sound angry in the least. "You may be right, but all I wanted was to stop you," replied Ashley, proud of herself. There was no hint of regret in her words. "Okay, I accept my defeat. But at least, in these last moments of my life, I want to be in peace with you. Is that okay?" Lillian responded with a friendly smile. "To be honest, I was going to say the same thing." Ashley ends with an ironic smile. I silently watch them both as they talk, feeling a strange fascination mixed with an unmistakable feeling of sadness. I just met them this evening, but somehow it pains me to see them as that. Somehow I formed a bond with them. It was then that I see them slowly start to disappear. Suddenly the two turn to set their eyes on me, giving me one last smile. "Goodbye, noble knight. I confess, I enjoyed kissing you. It wasn't all an act," Lillian said, looking at me with a tenderness that breaks my heart. "Thank you, Ashley." I can't help but feel nostalgic at that moment. I knew this was going to be our last goodbye. Even if I didn't want to admit it, that was her fate. Is it it alright for it to end like this? Don't worry, everything will be fine now. Finally, my reason for existence has been fulfilled. I have no regrets. Then, this is our goodbye. Yes. Suddenly she recovers her proud attitude. However, this time it was different. She was happy. Really happy. It was a pleasure to meet you, stupid human, Ashley said with the arrogance of always. But now, instead of anger, it made me feel like I was about to cry. It was fun to meet you, said the two surprisingly in unison. Those were their last words. They then disappear, dispersed in the form of particles of light, as if small fireflies were escaping from their bodies, with a beautiful but depressing green color. Without thinking, I wanted towards them. Even if I couldn't do anything, I wanted to touch them one last time. But the only thing my hands were able to reach are the particles of light that slip out between my fingers as if they were water. Then I see the light rise higher and higher until it disappears in the night sky. I did it. I'm a hero. I'm the one who finally broke the curse. No one else will be trapped by it. But then, why do I have this face that looks as if it wants to cry but has no tears? Why do I feel so terribly bad? Life is more than just victories or defeats. That night, I learned it in the best way. 4 a.m. I finally get out of the forest, and it was almost morning. Axel! Axel! Suddenly I heard someone calling my name, but it isn't a strange voice. It's the voice of my friends who are looking for me. Hey, over here! I shout without hesitation, with a bit of clumsiness because of my confusion. Soon they found me and patiently went towards me. Where are you? The worry was killing us, Stephen said with a face that I don't remember having ever seen before. Before answering, I rubbed my forehead. I couldn't find the forest's exit. Alfred was about to say something, but before that, I interrupt him. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I was just lost. The important thing is that we are all safe. Yes, you're right. I knew that they wouldn't believe my story if I told them, so I don't bother to do so. And so, as suddenly as it happened, the night was left behind, being replaced by boring days, almost identical days. But at least I had achieved our goal. I had a night worthy of remembering. 9 a.m., November 15th. Several days had passed since then. Suddenly, I see a cat walk by. Ashley? I asked without even thinking. She turns and looks to look at me confused, but of course she could not be who I spoke of. The cat seemed oddly friendly with humans. It absorbs me with shyness, but doesn't growl at me. Without much thought, I decided to adopt her. Maybe in hopes Ashley would come back someday, even if that was an impossible desire. Having this cute cat will make me remember Ashley forever. It might have been just a night, but it was an experience I would never forget. I hold the cat in my hands. She actually looks happy for having a new owner. Seeing her like that makes me smile. Without a doubt, you'll be good company. And of course we have the credits. Mean to do that. Anyway, this was apparently the Ashley ending. So, hope you guys enjoyed that. I will be ending it here. I'll be ending this playthrough over here and going for the Lillian ending next, and then seeing if I can't get the true ending. But until then, this is Katane Fox signing out. Goodbye.